Hey everyone, back in Florida for another garden tour video. It's actually my second garden tour video. I did my first one 3 months ago, so this is going to be the fall 2020 garden tour, which I'm really excited to show you guys. So much has changed in 3 months here in Florida. It's not really a garden tour per se, it's more of like a backyard, front yard, food forest, permaculture tour. Call it whatever you want. This is just my backyard, my front yard. I started this whole project before I even knew what permaculture was, and yeah, this is what it's turned into, and everything's been growing great, as you can probably see if you saw the first video. I'll leave a link to that one down in the description if you want to watch it and see how much things have changed here in 3 months in Florida. See the bananas, they're doing pretty good. Pretty happy about that. Starting to reap the rewards of all this hard work, which is a lot of fun. I'm going to try to make this video a lot shorter than the last one. The last one was an hour. I'm going to try to shoot for like 30 minutes on this one. So if I skip over some stuff, or if I don't name every variety of something, just leave a comment down below and ask away. I'll get back to you guys and let you know whatever you guys want to know. If you have any suggestions, or if you just like the video, let me know in a comment. It really helps out the video as far as showing up in people's feeds and stuff like that. So I guess let's just get to it. So these are the bananas in the back corner of the yard, and pretty close by is this avocado tree, which I still have the screen around. That's serves a couple purposes. It is protecting it from the sun while it's still young, and it's also keeping the turkeys and ducks from eating it alive, which we had to take that down for one of the tropical storms so it wouldn't just blow away, and the turkeys and ducks did kind of peck it to death almost, but it survived. You can probably see it a little bit through the green screen. I'll give you a close-up here. It's probably a foot taller than it was. I'm thinking when it gets another foot, it'll probably be tall enough so the ducks and turkeys can't kill it, and we'll probably take this screen down. It'll probably also be tall enough to take the full sun. So after the bananas and the avocado, next thing up is the chicken coop, vegetable garden, and the duck pond, which are all down there. Come over to the chicken coop now. Show you the grapevine, how well the grapevine's been doing. You can see it's getting pretty thick there. It's kind of dropped some leaves on this side, which it will do during winter. See Squinty there messing with the chickens. The stalk on it is getting pretty thick. Not sure if we have any eggs just yet. There's an egg. It's not really showing up, but there's an egg in there. The grapes have started doing some interesting stuff here. Where it's shady, they've started putting out roots. And I had to trim those over here because they were gonna start growing in this potted plant, which I don't want. See, there's roots pretty much everywhere. There's a bunch back here. Got a bunch of grapes on. So this is that pitcher plant doing pretty good. A lot more roots coming off the grape. It's kind of interesting. This chicken wants to be on video. Got some grapes there. These are ripening up. Window's been working real good for throwing composting stuff in there, and the chickens help out with that. Their poop and their scratching behavior really helps break stuff down, which is why the coop is so good for composting. It's much cooler than it was in the last video. Got that rain catcher system. These are the overflow drain and then the actual drain if I wanted to drain the buckets completely. This pitcher plant's doing really good too. Got a lot of pitchers on there. And I put these here, carnivorous plants, to help thin out all the gnats, which they've been doing a good job of that. So now we got the vegetable garden, which was looking really pretty when all the sunflowers were here, but they ripened already, so we had to replant those. There's only a couple little babies now coming up. Just got some collards and got a little spinach plant there, trying to get a fall crop started. A couple tomatoes along the back. Planted some corn and some more okra down there. But this is what's left over of the summer vegetable garden. You can see the okra did really well. Got a lot of okra still on there. And the loofah also did really well. There's a huge loofah. Might be kind of hard to see because it's in the back there, but it looks like a giant cucumber. It's a loofah sponge. We got more loofah vine over here. A couple loofahs. Loofah. And then down here, there's a bunch of little loofahs starting. This is that mulberry tree that finally got going. It's gonna come up there in the corner where it's not too ideal to grow vegetables, and I wanted to kind of just tie this all in together to where it looked a little better and was a little easier to mow. So now that this plant here finally got growing, that was supposed to be a black goji berry, finally got growing, so I ID'd it, and it's like a white mulberry or a Pakistan mulberry. It has huge leaves, not like my mulberries, but anyways, that's gonna get dug up. I already ordered another black goji berry, so hopefully in the next garden tour video we'll be able to see that, get that this one dug up and the black goji planted. Let's back up some, take a look at the duck pond, which I know everyone wants to see. This did turn out really cool. Ducks are really enjoying their pond. Got this tropical pond with all these bananas and pineapples and all kinds of stuff. You can see the bananas got a little crazy. They went pretty tall there. The pineapples are doing pretty good on the sides here. I didn't really account for these bananas getting so bushy, so the pineapples along the back are getting a little shaded out, which is okay. I'll probably let the bananas kind of fill in this back area, dig up these Elite Gold pineapples, and maybe move them to the front yard where we're gonna have some room opening up. and maybe even thin these out on the sides because there's quite a bit planted in here. See, the duck pond's still working good. There's a cluster of bananas there. And then there's actually another cluster of bananas back here that went over the fence to the neighbors. So they're probably pretty happy about that. Some of the dirt's been kind of getting knocked off on this side because of the ramp, but that's okay. I can add like another bag or two. I think it's been maybe packing down also. Put some oregano here to cascade because I wanted to hide that white corner a little bit. And I don't know why, but some fire ants moved in here, so we're trying to get them with rice. See if that works. The duck pond's doing good. It's really easy to clean out. It drains. The drain is right there, and it got a trench going through here. And the duck is still using this little back passageway and laying her eggs in that little cubby hole back there. I've trimmed the lemongrass. I got 2 bushes of lemongrass. I cut that all down. I've got the lemongrass back here, which helps out keeping mosquitoes and stuff away, and the duck seems to really like it because it masks all the scent. So she you know, walks behind this thing and lays her eggs way back there. So from the duck pond, which is the other corner, back corner of the yard, we'll kind of go down the fence line here. And this is the mango tree, which is doing really good. We got another growth spurt since the last video. It's pretty much head high now. Hopefully in the spring we'll get some mangoes from that. This grape is doing a little bit better. Not as good as the one on the chicken coop, because the one in the chicken coop gets quite a bit of fertilizer from the chickens. But I might need to pull that back and weave that around. So we'll go take a look at the garden beds along the house now. This is the figs are starting to drop some leaves, which is just a natural process. This fig has gotten pretty tall since the last video. They looked a lot more thinned out though. This pineapple's doing good over here. Just an experiment to see if it liked the sunlight in that area. I might put some more over there, because they fit in really well. The sugar cane is a lot bigger than it was in the last video. So that's the sugar cane. We got pineapple top we put in there. Carrots are all gone. So right inside the porch here, we actually finally got those new Red Star chickens, because the ones I have here are starting to get kind of old. We got 16 this time. Might I think they're a little scared of the camera. They're pretty tame. Come on, guys. Come on. Try to handle them every day, so they're good and tame once they get grown up. They're growing quick. Got them about a week ago. So this is new. This whole garden bed was bare because the chickens were jumping over and digging it out, letting the chickens out every day. So I went and got some netting and hung it up on these tiki torches, which worked out really well, really easy. And I went and got some blueberry plants, which this is a, I always forget the name of this one. It's a Brightwell blueberry. And then got a Gulf Coast blueberry, and then a emerald blueberry. So we're going to see how those do in Florida here. I ordered a bunch of strawberries that should be able to grow in zone 9 and 10. And I'm going to make my strawberry mound right back here in between all the blueberries, and mix in a bunch of the chicken sand, because they say they need 30% sand mix in the mound for the strawberries. So we'll see how those do here. Hopefully they do really well. I've been wanting to grow strawberries for a while. The asparagus is surviving. I don't know if you'll be able to see it right in this little cage, which I might not need that cage there anymore because this is keeping the chickens out of here, this netting. Might plant a lot more asparagus. The loquat tree is doing good. Getting pretty big. Really bushy, really healthy. This thing better give me some loquats in the spring. I'm gonna be upset. And the pineapples that we're on are eaten, but there's new pineapples, plants, actual plants growing up. There's a little one right there too. So these are gonna thicken in here. They look like they're enjoying that area. And then the mulberry trees exploded. They've been doing good, but geez, since the last video, they've really thickened up, and we've pruned them quite a bit. Made a lot of new mulberry trees that we're selling in pots. The raspberry didn't make it, but might try that again, get a different variety. The blackberry's starting to die back now, which is a natural. Trim the old one out of there. The tayberry's going crazy, like really crazy. So that'll be interesting to see how that does. Put some more potatoes in here. Gonna see if we can, if they'll survive fall here in Florida. They didn't survive summer. It's way too hot. My lemongrass bush that I just trimmed like 2 days ago. It's already growing back. Basically just grow that to get all the bedding material. Just keep cutting it down every month or so to use around the property. So coming through the gate into the front yard, I got a papaya here that we cut the top off of, and it made a bunch of new shoots, and we broke all of them off except 4, and we're already getting some papayas. That one's starting to get ripe. So coming over here, we got the rosemary, which is really bushing out. Gonna probably have to trim that sides on that. Tropicanas are doing good, red and green. Desert rose is doing good, it's blooming, which is nice. Got a couple, this is one of those mulberries trimmings. Papaya that came up in the garden, and then a mango tree. This is the peppercorn, which I tried putting shade screen around it to help the sunburn, but it didn't really look too good. So I kind of just moved it back on the porch here, the whole pot, in a little bit more shade. And it's been doing pretty good. Whenever you move a potted plant, it kind of goes into similar to transplant shock, but it's just reorienting itself with the sun and everything. But it seems like it's starting to grow back. Got some new growth here and here, a few other places. This thing hasn't gave any peppercorn yet, but hopefully soon. It's been growing for a while, over 2 years. So right here, I got that red desert rose I wanted, and planted it right here across from the white desert rose. And the sage is doing pretty good. One of the few herbs that is lasting over and over. Got some little purple basil coming up here and a few eggplants. These little purple things are getting pretty thick. So I finally got these ID'd. I thought these were red pineapples, and they turn out to be like a Bromelia penguin, which is very similar. These things have some really sharp thorns though, like incredibly sharp, which makes them really hard to weed around. They do make an edible flower cone thing that comes out the top, and they do look very pretty. They start turning red, but I think I'm going to get rid of them and put some pineapples up here, just because they're so hard to weed around, and you know, they're not pineapples. I guess the thing they do make isn't very good. So the peach tree that I got for $7 last Black Friday is doing pretty good. I was a little concerned. I thought it was dead for a while, but it's growing out the back right side there. Hopefully it kind of bushes out a little better. We're gonna give this guy a chance because we got him for $7. Can't really beat that. Got some garlic chives, which have always been doing good. My lemon thyme died, so I got another one started. You maybe see like there's some weeds all around this thing that are almost impossible to get to because of all those thorns. Some oregano, more of those red pineapples. Finally got the dragon fruit planted, and I just put a 4x4 in for now. I'm still trying to carve that tiki statue. We're going to try to trellis that up. It actually made a flower and then started making a dragon fruit, but then that tropical storm knocked it off because it wasn't secure to a steady post. It just had this little bamboo, so it's probably blowing around quite a bit. Got more of those fake pineapples. Gotta be careful when you're buying exotic fruit trees and plants. A lot of people will advertise something that sounds really cool and it'll just be fake. You can see the lemongrass there. I also trimmed. It's already a couple inches tall. This is a new addition. Really happy about. Went back to Tractor Supply and they had a few things and they were all on sale, fall sale. This is a Bartlett pear. It's like 7 foot tall, almost 8 foot tall. I got that for $12. Pretty happy about that. It grows in zone 9, so that's pretty cool. Got a pear tree now, and then these 3 figs, which are finally growing. They've been in pots for a long time, and planted them in the ground finally earlier this year, and they're starting to take off. Again, I'm probably gonna take all these fake pineapples out and plant real pineapples in here. So here is you know, the dragon fruit, and then the front yard I have a lychee tree, which is doing really good now. Got well, it needs some more mulch. Had mulch in there. Put some black dirt in there too, and it's doing quite a bit better now. Starting to get a little thicker on the trunk there. Had to redo our stakes because that tropical storm that came through. Don't want this thing getting snapped in half. And here on the other side, I got that red Tahiti coconut planted, which is really pretty. Love the colors in that. And this coconut is like any palm, and grows similar to banana trees, where new leaves come out the top and then the old leaves just die and fall down. So that's looking very good. Pretty happy about that. So that's the backyard and front yard tour video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, leave a comment if you want to know any of the varieties, or you have any questions about anything you've seen in the video. It really helps out the video. Go ahead, give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more videos.